Welcome back, Virgo. This is your reading for April 28th to May 4th, 2025. Here we do a past, present, future spread with clarifiers for each. I've already pre-shuffled the deck, and wow, we're coming out with a bang, my friends. We got the Tower in the past, the 10 of Cups in the present, and the 8 of Swords in the future. No big deal, Virgo. I feel like this Tower in the past is true. It's just energy, right? So something is over with. Something has your paradigm. You had a paradigm shift. We have the 10 of Wands with that, the 7 of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. That's a lot of fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That's a lot of action. That's a lot of movement. That's a lot of get her done, Virgo. So we got two tens on the table. This is, I mean, it feels pretty good actually, despite the Tower being here, because the Tower is not necessarily bad, kids. It's definitely something has changed, something has uprooted. There's a shift. There's a disturbance in the force. The 10 is a cycle of completion. I think that you've put down this burden. I think whatever was happening with the 7 of Wands of setting new boundaries or taking a high road and getting out of Dodge occurred. And I think that this Ace of Wands is here for this new beginning for you and saying, here's your wand, wave it as you wish, alakazam, shazam, abracadabra, right? It's a powerful start. So we'll see how this goes. We have the 10 of Cups in the present position. And the 10 of Cups is one of happiness, of satisfaction, of contentment. Like after all of this, I would say, yeah, let's exhale, let's be happy. But then we have this 5 of Pentacles with it, the Page of Swords, and the 3 of Swords. Such a hodgepodge, Virgo. Such a hodgepodge reading. This is very interesting. I'm not sure how May is going to work out for you here. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. I didn't mean to sound like, hate to be a Virgo. That's not what I'm saying at all, friends. That's not it. What I'm saying is that this is just such opposite energies from each other. This 10 of Cups of happiness and contentment and abundance sitting here. And then this ill-prepared 5 of Pentacles. So in the present position, it's this middle row. I think it's important to realize that these readings that I do, this past, present, future, it's like dropping a pebble in the middle, and that's the present, and then the ripples go out. So what energies from the past are surfacing up? Which ones in the future are going to be bubbling up? I like to look at this first row as things in past lessons and situations you've been part of that you can draw from and remember so that this week can be even easier. Because if we're remembering our lessons and the messages sent to us on how to navigate this world, people, ourselves, our emotions, situations, the easier it'll be. Because honestly, everything does repeat itself. It's just a matter of, all right, have I learned that if I walk down this street, there's a hole in the sidewalk, right? And if I keep going that way and keep falling into that hole, what am I learning? I'm repeating a pattern. So why don't I just go one more block up and take the next street over instead, you know? I say that because a couple of things are showing up. Whereas this 10 of Wands, even though it's the end of a cycle, these are all the wands that he has. He's has everything that he needs here in this moment. And right below it is the 5 of Pentacles, where they don't have everything that they need. They are very ill prepared. So if there's this juxtaposition of maybe tapping into your gratitude, know what you have. Like if you're listening to me, you have a device. So, okay, check. I've got a device. Are you in your car, in an office, or home listening to this safe and sound? Check. Right? So, slowly but surely, we can chip away at this Five of Pentacles because it is just a situation of not being prepared. And I think that you know enough to be prepared. So, this Page of Swords shows up. And for me, and I know it's not the same for everyone, every reader, it's important to know that this Page of Swords is looking backwards. Even though it is another new beginning, they're looking back and making sure that there isn't someone sneaking up on them to do a surprise attack or whatever, or to, just be the fly in their soup. So the swords denote knowledge, truth, wisdom. I believe that this character in the card may have been this character in the Seven of Wands and has evolved into carrying a sword. And look they're not actually battling anyone. They've made it very clear who they are and what they're capable of doing. Again, an opposite of what this Five of Pentacles brings forward. And we go forward into the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords is going to talk about a loss of some sort, some sadness that's coming up. It could be simply that it's the anniversary of somebody's passing. It could be as easy as that. It doesn't have to be this big, dramatic tower event, which is interesting because I forgot this little guy was sitting here. It could be you reflecting on this moment and the things that transitioned because of it. Like if you are like, I'm missing my old colleagues, or I miss my old roommate, or I miss being in the dorms, or I miss this job, or, I miss this situation or these people, whatever. Know that season, reason, lifetime babies, right? Let's go in the future with the Eight of Swords. Very interesting card. Now you're Earth Virgo, and this is a lot of air coming in. Knight of Swords. Oh wow, Nine of Swords. Well, and then the High Priestess, who knows all. So I'm not too worried about this row at all, because the swords again, they are the intellect, they are the thinking mind, they're intelligence, they're having a keen perception of things, being able to look at the whole situation, able to differentiate between, the emotion and, the heart and the head, right? So what I can tell you about this row is, first of all, foremost, this Eight of Swords. It just tells me to remind you to make your list. And I will always say that when it comes to this Eight of Swords. This Eight of Swords is confusion. There's interference. She's not sure what's going on. So what do? We hit the pause button. We reassess. We take the blinders off and we say, what are the facts of this situation? That I'm only in charge of what I think, say, and do. Okay. That's a lot of clarity. So then why are we up with the Nine of Swords here, right? Because if we're only in charge of what we think, say, and do, what's racking your brain here in the future position? So something to consider as we move forward, as you move forward out of this week and into the month of May. Your Knight of Swords has ideas and maybe collaborating with other people. Although I'm not seeing a lot of that energy in this reading, the collab stuff, I think it's important. It feels like energies and emotions might be high. And what I would offer up is definitely hitting the pause button and leaning into the powers that you have access to. Because we do have the High Priestess here, and she's going to be all about the intuition. So this is the heart card that's on the table. Dropping into the heart, following the intuition. I often equate her with the Akashic Records. Like, she has so much knowledge and wisdom. In all of this, all these other cards are more intellectual. So if you're finding yourself at odds with people, if you find yourself in conflicting conversations, people rubbing you the wrong way, do yourself a favor and say, listen, I want to continue this conversation. I just need 15 minutes. I'll be right back. Leave the room, take a walk around the block, get a glass of water, get some fresh air, have a snack, Virgo, whatever needs to happen, and then reconvene. But I want you to be, and I'm like tapping my chest as I say this, I want you to be in charge of you and how you show up to things. Don't let these external forces dictate how you show up. There's the freaking message. Sorry it took 11 minutes to get there. The card on the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles. So, fantastic. And I say that because we're earth signs. I'm a Taurus. We're earth signs, Virgo, and we like the pentacles. And this Nine of Pentacles is the undercurrent of this whole reading. And what is the Nine of Pentacles? They are sitting here in their garden, content, happy, complete, full of life, easy breezy. There's not a care, a worry, a stress, a no thing. So compared to these other cards, the Five of Pentacles, who's worried if somebody's behind us, crying over something, maybe at conflict, at odds with things, nay, sit here and know that this is the truth of your being. This Nine of Pentacles is the truth of your being, and I want you to be able to lean in on that energy as you go through this week. Sound good? Because it's not all dire, and it's only a week, and then there'll be another reading. So take what resonates and leave the rest, my friends. So take good care. I'll be back next week. I'll see you then.